dying. My shoulder, I had real bad shoulder problems. So I went to my doctor at Job, and I said, hey man, what you gotta do something with my shoulders. He said, look man, they're really beat up, but a lot of wear and tear. Look at you playing NFL for 10 years, but so, um, but I really don't want to do surgery. Can you go try PRP? And then I was talking to some people about it, and they said, well, if you're going to try PRP, stem cells is PRP on steroids. So you should go try the stem cells. And luckily I ran to talk to these guys, and I came down, wound up going down to Colombia and getting it done. And I went from being on a plane and having the little stewardess offer to help me get my bags up, because I'm going like trying to put my bags up on the plane, to I can work out. I was working out again over my head, doing whatever I wanted. So, I mean, it was an amazing experience for me, like that recovery. And I also had it with the PCL. I got a story with that too, but it's really helped me for those things.
You look like you feel better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, we've been together a long, long time, and you can tell sometimes, when you're talking, there's the pain. Eric, talk about when you get these phone calls. I know a lot of the people that go down there, and obviously because of our relationship with Chuck, what's it like when Chuck Liddell, out of the clear blue calls and is like, can you help me?
Yeah, look, I mean, we're blessed
Be careful. Be careful. Be careful.
They explode.
Yeah. They explode. No, he's going to open it for you. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Of course.
Yeah. Well, I remember, I remember in L.A., Eric, so got credentials for Chuck, and Chuck had to stand through probably the same line. Hopefully it was shorter than in L.A., and Chuck's comment was, for anybody else I would have left, and if I ever go through this again, you're not going to like the outcome. I know what the outcome would have been if you would have opened that. So, God, talk about the phone call and how that got started.
Yeah, and maybe that's why he wanted to come straight here and support you as well. You're looking out for his best outcome. As our company is, we're blessed to have guys like Chuck that call us, and we're very thankful that that they'll talk about us on air like this, or post things on their social media. But really, it's everyday guys like that, you and me, that that we help the most. And it's not just about professional athletes, but these guys are the testament, because they're depending on their bodies for their livelihood. Their families are depending on their bodies for their livelihood. So it's a testament of how well the technology works, and that's super cool. But the real benefit and the real blessing of my life is that I get to help extend people's lives, or not extend their lives, but make them feel good in the advanced years. And so it's really giving a better quality of life to a lot of people.
I want you to talk about BioXcellarator and what exactly that is, but I want to just tell you a quick story. And, I don't hold anything back. This is what it is, and this is my life, and Chuck knows that. When we first sort of met, everybody does research. Everybody wants to, feel comfortable. So I made a phone call to a mutual friend, I'm sure, of us all, Diamond Dallas Page.
Oh, yeah.
And that's all he talked about. And that was, I think, just before you started to get involved. And it's, the miracles that it did for Page and Chuck. And so talk about what exactly is stem cell.
Well, stem cells, there's a lot of misinformation out there, and there's a lot of stem cells, but what we focus on is the most important, the most pure and potent stem cells, and that's the mesenchymal stem cell. It's also, shame on the United States right now in the sense that the FDA is somewhat compromised, and they're not allowing the highest level technology here in the U.S. So when I founded the company, and I'm not a doctor or scientist, so I was really wanting to put the best quality stem cells available to help guys like Chuck and everybody else that we talk about. And what I found out is it's not allowed to be done here in the United States. So the mesenchymal stem cell is what's called culture expanded, but it's the cells that we have in our body, and we get them from an umbilical cord. Now that's non-controversial. This is not what you might have heard on the news in the early 2000s. This is not embryonic stem cells. This is from a healthy mom and a healthy baby that go home and live healthy lives together. They just donate that umbilical cord to scientific companies like ours, and now we're able to help hundreds of people with that. But unfortunately, it's offshore. So that's the only downfall, but it's extremely safe and very, very effective, as Chuck and everybody else will tell you.
Is it still amazing to you and to everybody that's listening that governments get involved and when they shouldn't be? I mean, we want it all protected. We want to make sure that everything is on right, which you guys have already proven. But, we can help so many people. And we've talked about me coming down, and we're going to do the show. And, we've been talking about that for a while.
Yep.
But it's a shame that you have to go through all of this when it could be available right here.
Yeah, that's why I say shame on us. I'm an American. I live here in the U.S. I love our country, but why do I have to? Am I forced to put this great company offshore? And you know, we've seen things like Operation Warp Speed. We know that the FDA can move fast if they want to, but why is it taking us 20 years? This science has been proven for 20 plus years. Why is it taking us 20 plus years to get this in the hands of people that need it?
So, so I've never been to Chuck's house, but I follow him on social media. Obviously, we have a lot of the same things.
Let me tell you what this idiot wants. This idiot wants you to leg kick him.
No.
And I said no.
Did you see that one recently?
Yeah, that's what he said. He said
I saw it. I said, Chuck's giving free leg kicks out. So,
and I told him, because, you know, I have to watch him and almost babysit him because he embarrasses me on a regular basis. And I said, no, that's stupid. But the only way I would allow this to happen is if you break his leg.
well, I'm going to need stem cells.
I don't know if we want to do that.
Oh, no, I want you to do that.
No, but I have the ice barrels for the recovery, and I have the sauna in my garage, and I have the red light panels, and so I've done everything that I can do as an athlete, a former champion, for recovery, for your preventative. But I can't do stem cell, and so you know that's what's fascinating to me is how it works and what is there for like preventative, not just after your shoulders are already blown to recover and repair them, but are you using stem cells as a preventative before the injury?
Yeah, for sure. And this is something that I talk about a lot with the younger guys coming up in the beginning part of their careers in the NFL, MMA, and any high impact sports, but really any sport. I try to get the youngsters that are in that invincible mode in their mind to realize that no, this is preventative. And we have a lot of UFC fighters right now. I mean, there's not just champions like Chuck, but also current champions that are using it as kind of their secret weapon in their camp for recovery, because you recover faster. But the mechanism is reducing inflammation systemically, and then it's stimulating the repair, so it is repairing anything that might be hurt, and then it also helps you upregulate and downregulate your immune system. So it's incredible for preventative, but yes, of course, it works very well when you're hurt.
Have you been on a radio row before?
No, this is my first shot.
Okay, I know
Thank
Chuck's
you.
been on. You know, he was LA and Phoenix. Talk about what's going through you as you walk around, because this is the biggest circus, the biggest atmosphere of any event I've ever attended.
Well, look, for me, you know, I'm not a celebrity or a recognizable guy, but when you're walking down the hall with a Chuck Liddell or a Warren Sapp and these guys are your friends because you've helped them, it's a pretty cool experience. Lots of energy, and, you know, thanks for the opportunity to talk about our company. Hopefully we help a lot of people because of it. But it's a badass experience, so thank you.
Talk about, I spoke to Mike earlier, that you guys are doing something on your website, that you're giving a treatment away, correct?
Yeah, we're giving away a treatment to some lucky fan or...
Yeah, Chuck, you know, Chuck and Rampage and some others that have had really good experience with us. You know, we're working together to have somebody that, you know, is maybe less fortunate and not able to afford it. I'm assuming that's why you say that you don't have access to it, because it's here in the States and it's not, you know, it's not cheap, and it's not easy to get at this point. So we want to give back to that community.
Awesome. I want to continue talking about BioXcellarator, but we also have a giveaway that we're going to be giving away sometime today.
I love it.
I don't know how old that is. Beth gave it to me. I drove out to the UFC office, and they're like, so yeah, let me give you some stuff. And I go, well, Chuck will be on. So I got the Chuck Liddell little bleacher doll.
Bleacher doll, yeah, that thing's funny.
How many of those do you have? Did you have?
What?
I mean, do you have these at home?
I have some at home. I got a case of them at home. But yeah, it's the funniest thing when my friends come look at my stuff. They always grab one of those. I want one. I'm like, why that one? Why is that the thing that you want?
Now, Eric, do you have one of these in your office?
No, but I want one.
All right, there you go.
Nice.
All right, there. I just gave it away. I'll go hit up Beth. We'll get some more to give away. But, yeah, you definitely have to have that. How difficult is it? Is there any difficulty at all in calling, setting up an appointment, coming down to Columbia and getting this done?
No, I mean, you don't have to be a Chuck Liddell to have it be easy. It's very easy in the sense that we're an American-based company, so we have a lot of people that are answering phones all day, every day, and our phone's ringing off the hook. And we'll call you back in a very short amount of time if we have to take a message. And the process is super easy. We do a video call with the doctors to approve you or deny you, because in some cases that happens. and then we set up your travel. So we make it a very white glove experience.
All right, from my wife's in the medical profession, a nurse. I know nothing about any of this stuff. A lot of people sit back and they're worried about, A, is it painful? What needs to be done? What's the process? Or is it just like an IV? I mean, what is it?
Chuck, talk about the stem cells you got here in the U.S. and the pain, and then what we do.
I did the fat, when they use your fat, the old fat that we do it, and that still worked okay. Well, for my PCL, it worked great. But I'm telling you, that liposuction, whatever they did, the fat cell that scraped out, man, that hurt.
Yeah.
Like not so much like when they did it, but
Right.
afterwards, like for like a couple of days, it was just.
So
aching. And I hate that kind of nagging, like.
Sure.
He's not talking about ours. That's the
Right,
difference.
right,
The stuff
right.
you get
This
here
is
in the
what happened
US,
here, right.
Yeah, you
Right.
have to suck out all the fat, and it's painful.
I'm thinking if it's painful for Chuck Liddell,
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
you know,
I don't want it.
some short, fat old dude, it's not going to be pleasant for sure. So, well,
When you're doing it, it's not bad. Like if you do your knees, it gets a little tight to walk, but it's like it's almost just because it's a little swollen after you put it all in there, and then it just takes a couple of days to go down.
Can I tell you something that we learned? So the first time Chuck came down, and he's been down a couple of times, and it's super safe, and it's a nice wellness
Very nice.
vacation. So he's brought his family.
And if you don't want to leave, really, when they put you up, if you don't want to leave the shopping center,
Yeah.
you don't have to.
It's a medical tourism compound.
Compound. Yeah, it's almost like a compound where if you're worried about stuff. We went on tours and stuff with the kids, and it was great.
But
We had a good time.
here's what we learned with Chuck is that after the first treatment when he got his knee injected, he goes, man, it's painful. I just want to sit down. And we were kind of like, shit, this is Chuck Liddell. We got to.
he said ship, like the ship on the front of the computer.
You know what? Ship. I forgot. Sorry. Okay, so we said, shoot, this is Chuck Liddell. We should probably let him do whatever he wants, right? And so we let him sit down. But usually we tell these people to walk around and move, and you gotta have movement, otherwise it really starts hurting. And so we've never let anybody sit down again because it's painful if you let the knee sit.
We're going to continue the conversation with Eric, with Chuck. I may even let Matt talk as well. We got to hit the top of the hour break, and we will be back coming to you live from the Mandalay Bay Convention Center, hanging out on Radio Row, Super Bowl 4,612, or what is the number? 30 what? 58? 58? We'll be right back.